Steve Dane wasn't afraid of heights, but being on the 13th floor of the high-rise over downtown San Francisco made him wonder. The wind rattled the window pane, and the quiver in his stomach could not be denied. Despite the glass, he felt like the wind could sweep him into space at any second. When the double doors opened behind him, Dane gratefully turned from the window. Ray Lucas, Dane's potential client, entered. He wore a dark suit, not unlike Dane's, an obvious custom fit, his tie a little askew and worry lines on his 60-plus-year-old face. Lucas closed the door behind him and joined Dane at the window. Incredible view, isn't it? During Fleet Week, you get a perfect look at the aircraft carriers. The Blue Angels fly right by. The people on the street below might as well have been ants. Vehicles looked like toys. But the view beyond impressed Dane indeed. The Bay Bridge stretched across the water, connecting to the flat Treasure Island and rocky Yerba Buena Island in the distance. Under the bridge, huge tankers and smaller boats moved along the water. The boats, with high, full-blooming sails, taking the most advantage of the windy day and going faster than their motorized counterparts. "Let's have a seat," Lucas said. Lucas led Dane across to the solid oak conference table on the other side of the room. The seat cushion let out a hiss of air as Dane sat. Lucas removed a smartphone from inside his jacket. "You come highly recommended," Lucas said. "I was told," Dane said, "that your issue was a personal matter. That's a little out of my area of expertise." "No, this is definitely your kind of job. I need somebody who can shoot his way out if necessary, because I think it will be necessary." Steve Dane certainly fit the bill if a job required shooting. Former CIA, former Marine, former mercenary commander, he'd seen the world at its best and worst. From the most affluent areas of Europe and the U.S., to the sun-soaked sands of African desert, to sometimes even harsher environments. Always with a weapon, always with the goal of fighting for the underdog who had no champion. And he did it all with the help of the love of his life, Nina Talikova, herself a former Russian agent who had joined his crusade. "Tell me about it," Dane said. He was dressed similarly to Lucas, though his suit had come from Savile Row and the silver cufflinks were real. The mix of laugh lines and frown lines on his face hinted at a wide variety of experience. If Lucas saw Dane tug on the right cuff of his jacket, he made no mention. It was an absent-minded habit for Dane, but he had a reason. With nervous fingers, Lucas tapped the screen of his phone and showed the display to Dane. A picture of a girl. Red hair, flower print sundress, bright smile. "My daughter, Brenda." Lucas leaned forward. "Brenda's 22 years old, a bit of a wild child. I suppose that's what I get for working as much as I have with a wife who wasn't necessarily up for the job of raising children. Brenda's been on her own a lot, but she's never been in any serious trouble until now. A few weeks ago, she received pictures in the mail. They show her in some rather, compromising positions. Blackmail. My family is not unknown in this city. It may be a small pond, but we're some of the larger fish. The release of those pictures would cause a scandal, hurt my family, and my business." Dane waited for more and watched a worried look flash across Lucas's face. He kept up an unflappable front, but Dane could see the pain behind his eyes. "I hired a private investigator to track down the man responsible." A swipe on the screen revealed another face, an older man with a touch of gray in his dark hair. "This is Terry Park, man about town with no visible means of support, as the police might say. My detective says he's a professional blackmailer. He's put the bite on thousands of people all around the country. Used to work out of Los Angeles mostly, but now he's here." "Your man can't do anything?" "My man won't do anything. Nothing illegal." "Have you negotiated to buy the pictures?" "I won't pay extortion money, Mr. Dane. I want the pictures. I want you to steal them."